We're here with Mr. Bill Champlin. Now, you are a veteran of the music industry, but tonight you're here to support your son. Is that correct?
I'm just here to listen to my kid play, and he'll tear you up.
And we heard it, and we're gonna, we're gonna definitely shoot to some of the scenes from it.
He's actually the real trained musician in the family.
Let me ask you. I mean, you have the experience, you have the knowledge. For an independent artist today, compared to when you were coming up in the industry, what would you say are the major differences and challenges?
Well, there's everybody. You get a lot of people who say, "Hey, there is no music business anymore," but there still is a top 10.
Right.
It's just way different. I think downloading and all the new media and stuff like that's just really changed the model. It's not the same as it used to be, but that doesn't mean there's not great music out there.
Now, what was your story coming up? I know you worked with some big names. If you don't mind rattling off some of the artists and names you've been with.
Well, I've sung on background vocals. I've sung, I don't know, 200-something records. Wow. Donna Summer, Elton John. Mostly, this was back in the day when there was there were sessions every day. I would come down here every day and do 2 or 3 dates in a day.
Wow.
And now, it'll be 6 months between record dates. But that doesn't mean I'm not recording, because, everybody's recording in their house. So that's one of the things that's kind of cool with digital recording is you don't have to have a big tape machine with tape this wide and all the other kind of craziness. You just got series of ones and zeros, and it's a whole other move. So so many good records are being made in people's bedrooms.
So there's more of an opportunity as far as the artist kind of owning their own product and being able to bring it to the fans. But how does that work as far as from when you were coming up in the business where you signed with the big record label? I mean, what would you say is harder?
Well, in those days, a big record label, what their job was is to make you famous.
Right.
And it got done 1 out of 30 times. You got lucky. And occasionally. And also another thing that was kind of weird about around that period of time, you had the Beatles, you had Bob Dylan, you had Traffic, you had all kinds of different bands and stuff like that. And in those days, you'd take the artist and you'd build a campaign, like a marketing campaign around the artist.
Right.
Now there's a tendency to try to get the marketing, or the artist to fit the already existing marketing campaign.
You actually answered exactly what we're looking for, and a couple of things that you really inspired me with, because the reason we put this out is to show young artists and independent artists what the industry is, what it was, and what they can be and how they can get there.
Yeah.
And I think you showed something that's amazing, which is if you are awesome, if you are great, if your music touches an audience, that's it.
Well, you can usually tell if you walk into a situation, like for instance this situation here,
yes,
and everybody's having drinks and doing this and doing that, and all of a sudden you open your mouth and start singing, and everything stops.
Yeah.
You got something, And at that point in the game, I think sometimes to have everybody, to have a lot of, you lose them. Yeah. I think sometimes it gets them off you rather than on you. If you got nothing else, then do that. Yeah. But if you got the goods, stand and deliver. That's what I don't know. That's just an old guy saying shit.
I think you're right. I think you're right, and I like that so much. I'm going to let you get back to seeing your summit. Thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you. Good evening.